Hey everyone, welcome back to Let Fintech Grow. I'm Ian Horn, and today I'm at Money2020. It's awesome being at this show. I was the head of content here for 3 years, and it's really nice being back on the ground. Now, I'm having conversations with people I think are cool, and the first one of these is with Pawel Oltuszyk, CEO of Keel Money, who I've been speaking to here in Amsterdam. Firstly, Pawel, great to see you. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm great, Ian. Thanks for having me. This is such a pleasure. This is my first time at Money2020. I've never been here before, and first time in Amsterdam, so I'm blown away by
that's
how amazing it is.
Yeah.
Yes, for me, it's still super crazy.
It's a big show, isn't it? It's not to take in if you've not seen it before.
Yeah.
I mean, for you, what's the main thing that's kind of taken your attention since getting here?
I mean, for us, the purpose was that we just emerged from stealth last month.
Yeah.
So we kind of need to be here and shown and get brand awareness. So we're thinking Money2020 is such an event, like flagship event for the Europe and obviously globally as well. So we're thinking, yeah, we must be here. So we have a little stand, and a few of my colleagues came with me. And that was the main purpose, basically, to see whenever we can get more business, but as well as meet with people we work with, our partners, and basically improve the relationship. So, but I'm blown away by the organization, the size of it, the attendees. Yeah, it's great overall.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure you meet some very, very interesting people here. So you've just gone out of stealth. Firstly, congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that. That's a big move. Tell everyone the story of Keel Money, how you come to be and how you got to where you are now.
Yes, thank you. So maybe let's start from the beginning. So Keel actually is a pivot of a business which we launched several years ago. We used to run a company called Frost, which was a UK based kind of neobanking proposition, a retail proposition. Basically, in a nutshell, think of it like a mini Revolut meets Go Compare with implications. And we ran it for about 2 years, maybe a bit longer, but hit issues with monetization. The key monetization of that product was not banking actually, but utility switching. Which worked great, but when the energy crisis following the conflict in Europe emerged, government brought in the cap, so we couldn't switch anyone anymore, and it was like such a shame because the product was fantastic. We kind of built fully automated product where you didn't even have to tell us who's your provider, but that resulted in us literally burning cash month upon month, to the point where the options were we either sell, close down, or pivot, which obviously wasn't the first choice. However, this was at the time about 2 years ago when the fintech was going, especially banking as a service space, was going through some turbulent times. This was the first wave of entrants who were like having initial issues with regulators, market cool down for investments. And even though for the initial idea, we knew that one day we will be also doing B2B, it wasn't obvious we will be completely switching to this position. So we started getting inbound inquiries from other fintechs who were maybe less geared up in terms of resources, compliance, and engineering, asking us, can we actually piggyback of your product? Can we use your tech in some sort of white label delivery, or can we use your license? Yeah, because we were regulated by the FCA under e-money regime. So this was strong enough signal for us to actually walk away from sale of the license, because the deal was to sell license and keep software and the platform, because we built the core banking system as well ourselves, and have software play. But we saw the demand is too big, and we decided to keep it. Walked away from the acquisition and kept both the tech and the regulated entity. However, that was when we already established new entity for the tech, which we called Keel, and this comes from our amazing graphic designer Ian, who come up with an idea that Keel, which most people know from sailing, but also is a meaning of an iceberg, the invisible part of the iceberg. And in the banking as a service, we are mainly invisible for end user, unless they accept our terms and conditions and go through some of our KYC. But typically we're infrastructure, we are behind. So we are that invisible part, which plays nicely into the branding, which we always liked. And that was the decision. Last 2 years, we have been building quietly, so we had to jump through some hoops. We had to basically put our regulators at comfort that we are moving into new business model, which obviously luckily we did. We upgraded our license. We obtained some additional permissions from FCA. We added open banking to our stack. And I really enjoyed being stealth. I must admit, if I could, I would stay there forever. I would want to build at one of those most secretive companies in the world. But obviously, that didn't work out. So we decided, yes, we want to accelerate the growth. Even though we had fantastic growth, we organically were getting clients right, left, and center, as well as through recommendations from other businesses from the space. As we were known for being operators, basically. But yeah, we needed to up the game. So after some time of preparation, we decided to emerge from stealth. So we had a bit of PR last month. At the same time, shortly after, we also announced our expansion to Europe. That's also one of the reasons we are here in Amsterdam today, because now we have set up shop in Latvia as our jurisdiction for covering European Union. And we're in the final stages of our approval process for our license. So yeah, maybe a bit more about Keel, because I've been talking about
yeah. I feel like this is really interesting. There's so many things I want to ask you.
I know.
I just mentioned, but yeah, in a nutshell, for anyone who's approaching Keel for the first time, how do you describe yourself in like 2 sentences?
Two sentences. So the most simplistic is basically banking as a service play. We offer our clients who are primarily fintechs of different forms and shapes and different sizes, access to programmatic accounts. So you can, we are API first business, so they can integrate to us and order different type of accounts. We offer local GBP accounts, we offer local Euro accounts, we offer multi-currency, and we will offer local USD accounts. We are also principal members of Visa, and we act as BIN sponsors. We have pre-integrated processing. So again, one-stop shop in a way. So in a nutshell, banking as a service play on both accounts, payments, FX to some extent, and issuance. And obviously, I mentioned recently we added open banking, but we treat that just as a feature. We don't compete with guys like TrueLayer or whatever. We just add it as an add-on to our key product, which is accounts, basically. So that's what we are today, and that's what the kind of core product is.
Great stuff. I mean, what's your take on the banking as a service market right now? Because there was a lot of positivity and hype around it. Obviously, there's a few left turns since then as well. How are you feeling in general?
Very optimistic. Yes, the space has gone through some turbulent times, but I can see that I think the sector is past that stage, and a lot of people have learned the lesson the hard way, obviously. And I said this before, fintech is not slowing down. People who maybe investors, they look at different trends, and fintech at one point was a big trend for investors, and there was a lot of money chucked at a financial sector. Initially neobanking propositions, later banking as a service, later some Web 3.0 crypto, which now kind of died down, although there's new trend with stablecoins, which has been emerging and is growing rapidly. But fintech is everywhere, and it's not visible for general public, and it's actually accelerating. So I'm very optimistic for our space, and fintech in general. It's only going to accelerate from now.
Yeah, I'm seeing a generally optimistic vibe around the industry at the moment, which is really good to see. I mean, I want to go back to 2 questions. I've got 2 questions I'll go back to, things you said. One is you said you love the idea of staying in stealth. I think that's quite an interesting thing to probe, because why do you say that? Is it more the fact you can do things in private and not have to like seek external validation or have people aware of what you're doing? Like, what's the reason to stay?
Yeah, it's a few reasons. Maybe it's also kind of my personality. I'm not really an outgoing person. I'm not very social. I mean, I can be around and have good conversation with people, but it's not something I like enjoy doing as much. And for me, and the team, it felt like we are not attracting attention unnecessarily, because again, when you launch something, when you announce something, there's expectations from external world. There was like zero pressure for us to basically prove something to anyone, and we just focused on our mission, and there was no external pressure for us. And it was great feeling that we were having our little successes internally, like closing some very nice client or getting a new partnership, which will enable us to improve our product, all quietly, no announcements, which I and the team truly enjoyed.
Yeah, great stuff. And the other thing, obviously, I want to go back to is the pivot. I mean, as you say, you had a product you were proud of, you felt had legs and was going to do well in the market. Then there's caps on energy prices, and you've got to rethink what you're doing. I think that's a really tough moment for any founder to go through, and to come out of it on the other side with a different business model. is quite impressive. Can you talk us through the conversations that you had in that moment and how you reached the decision to pivot the business in the way that you did?
Yeah. It was a very tough time. Obviously, I can't think of the sentence which describes this time when desperate people, like beggars are not choosers, yeah, or something like that. Yeah. So this is the time when you feel desperate to some extent, and it's you don't have clear vision. Your judgment can be clouded as a result on the pressure of basically disappointing not only yourself, but your investors, clients, and everyone else. So it was tough time. It was good lesson as well, because I've never been in such circumstances before. And even on this kind of potential exit, we were in an extremely weak position. And I can now tell on reflection that people did try to take advantage of us and basically pick whatever we had next to nothing. And yeah, luckily we had enough clear vision to make some of those tough decisions. You basically go with it. You make a decision, you take a risk, and that's what we did, which at the time for most people maybe wouldn't be possible or easy, because again, on one hand, you could exit, you get some money out, you get some money back to your investors, and maybe you start from scratch. In a way, we did start from scratch because it's a new business model, but we didn't completely start from scratch, because a lot of the things which we've built were already there and ready to be basically repackaged for multi-tenant environment and so on.
Yeah, I mean, what's the process for a pivot like that? You know, do you call the team together? Do you have an offsite? Do you spend a week together, or is it a series of emails, calls? Like, how do you decide?
Yeah. It's again, it's not a decision you make like that. Maybe towards the end it is like, yeah. Let's just go and do that. Let's ignore all the rest. Probably at the end, but hard to describe. It's like a process which takes some time. Obviously, we've been in this mode of figuring out selling, not selling, what we're gonna do, or maybe still trying to raise money for a few months. So it wasn't like a quick decision. Obviously, because of what was happening, it was stressful at the time. So yeah, there was a lot of calls, a lot of meetings, a lot of conversations, all the pros and cons, communication to investors. Because again, we had to communicate, guys, we're gonna be selling. It's not a great price. And then later we had to revert back from it. So a lot of things were happening basically.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to finish on a more of a positive note, looking forward, because it's cool you've come out of this, by the way. I mean, congratulations on
Thank you.
going through a difficult time and coming out of it with the business intact and doing what you're doing. Looking forward to the next few years, what is it you're most excited about at Keel Money and delivering for your customers? And also, where do you see the banking as a service model heading?
I see, again, I'm maybe now super optimistic because I have like a good start and strong foundation, but I'm very excited about the future. We, since emerging from stealth, even though we had some decent clients and high profile clients in the pipeline, we are now attracting really high caliber of clients, and it's amazing that we will be working with these guys. One of the best companies in the world. We are having conversations in different kind of fintech sectors. So I'm very happy that we are in this position and having a chance of making a difference, because working with those larger players who establish the position enables us to chip into basically shaping the future of the financial sector. So I'm super optimistic and positive about that. In terms of where banking services is heading and how that's going to end up, can't give you the straight answer. I can only give you what I see from my seat. And again, this is my perspective and can be different perspective for someone else who sits at a different seat. But a few trends which are emerging is that I don't think crypto will replace the fiat. Stables are definitely up there, and a lot of people are now hyping around this. Again, a lot of that is still hype. They're great for some use cases, but not yet silver bullet. And I think they're going to coexist. And financial institutions are basically working towards how to include that stack into their offering.
Sure.
But for the end user, that's not very relevant. They still want to see equivalent of money, whenever this is stable in their cross-border payment, or this is the fiat on their normal checking account or current account or whatever account they're using. So I think there'll be more of this kind of new trends emerging and either banking service providers or other fintechs getting into. And obviously, we've got also the new wave of everything. Everyone is talking about AI now, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's another, maybe even bigger trend, as I see this as a race of, not only in fintech or banking as a service, but in general, like a race of everyone is trying to somehow include AI in their stack. And it's great. Some of it will work, some of them it won't work. But I compare that to a trend a few years ago when everything was Web 3.0 and companies were racing. Oh, we want to do this, that. This is going to be tokenized. That's going to be tokenized. That's now faded out. With AI, I don't think it's going to be as short-lived trend. But a lot of the things which people are trying to do now, and also the speed at which AI is developing, the trend from last month, even in agentic coding, is no longer valid today. So it's changing rapidly. But that's one thing which I think we'll see more and more. And there will be some fantastic solutions deployed as a result of the new technology we have available now.
Great stuff. One last thing to finish, and no more than 3 words on the answer for each one. Obviously, when you're at Money 2020, you see all the big conversation on the biggest topics. You touched upon several of them there. What to you is the most exciting trend right now in fintech?
The exciting one is definitely the AI and the use of
more than 3 words.
sorry.
Okay.
Apology. I
Good.
don't tend to do those things, so I'm new to it. So
you're good. You're good.
AI. Yeah,
AI for sure.
Yeah.
And what's overhyped?
It was sort of what?
What's overhyped? So what's the thing that people are talking about? You're like
equally at both. AI is also overhyped.
I love that. It's such a true answer.
Yeah.
It's so fascinating. I don't think any of us fully understand why that's going, do they?
No.
Look, Pawel, it's been really fun talking with you. Really great having you. Congrats on what you've done. Congrats on getting out of stealth.
Thank you very much.
I look forward to seeing Feel Money grow from here.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Ian.
Take care. Thanks.
Raising funds, speaking to Claude, drinking coffee and fighting fraud.